Welcome back, guys, to Little Paul of Horrors. I'm Little Paul, and this is Little Paul of Horrors, and this is my channel. Thank you so very much for visiting. If you're back here again because you loved what and you loved from the past things that I've said, that's great, and you love it, and you press the share and the like button, whatever, thank you. And if this is your first time here, thank you very much for visiting, and stay around. You're gonna like what I have to say. And if you don't, well, you don't. But I hope you do, because today I'm going to be talking about the best horror movie sequel that was ever made. Still to this day, in my opinion. And just remember, this is my opinion. My opinion. Okay? Okay. So this is my opinion about the best sequel ever made. And that is... Are you ready? I said, are you ready? And all those people out there that are watching me, which is not very much from my statistics that I've been watching on YouTube, ladies and gentlemen, it is Scream 2! Yes! The second Scream to this first Scream. So it's the sequel to the first. Yeah. So Scream 2. From my definition, what I call the best sequel ever made to a horror movie. It's amazing. It's great. And that's the end of the review. Have yourselves a great day. Bye. 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 No, I'm not going to say bye. Are you nuts? No, I'm not going to say bye at all. I'm going to continue. Here we go. So, the sequel of Scream 2, the sequel to Scream, which is Scream 2, was made by Wes Craven, and was written by Kevin Williamson. And this was being written at the same time that the first Scream was still in the movies, was still being, people were still going to watch it. And Kevin Williamson had already written 47 pages to the sequel that he was going to propose to Dimension Films to, produce a sequel. And they had already known about this, and Wes Craven was on board, and they were going to be bringing on all the other actors, or the original actors from the first Scream, but, some of the actors from the first Scream died. So, the following is the cast of Scream 2. Okay, so, from Scream 2, we still have the original, the OG herself, Neve Campbell as Sidney Prescott, and then we have Courtney Cox as Gail Weathers. We have David Arquette as Dewey Riley. Then we have Sarah Michelle Gellar, who plays in this as well, which I love her acting, or her cameo, I guess you could say, because, it's not really a cameo, but she was in the movie as Cece Cooper. Then we have Jamie Kennedy, again, reprising his role as Randy Meeks. Laurie Metcalf as Nancy Loomis. Laurie Metcalf plays the Vengeful Mother. And if you don't know who Laurie Metcalf is, just watch Roseanne. I loved watching Roseanne. It was one of my favorite TV shows from the 80s and the 90s. And she played the sister. So she is in Roseanne. And then when I saw her playing this role of a psychotic killer, it really impressed me because she has a lot of range. So then we go to Jerry O'Connell, who plays the boyfriend, Derek Feldman of Sidney Prescott. And then Timothy Olyphant. Yes, Timothy Olyphant as Mickey Altieri, the other killer there, but he plays his role very well as well. And we have Jada Pinkett, who is Maureen Evans in the beginning, where she gets hacked to pieces, which is a really, really gory, violent scene. And Omar Epps, who plays her boyfriend, as Phil Stevens. And then Liev Schreiber, and he reprises his role as Cotton Weary. And he has a bigger role in this as well. And just a shout out to David Warner. David Warner, if you watched my past opinionated reviews on The Omen, he was in The Omen. He passed in 2022, God rest his soul. And he was just a fantastic actor, British actor. And he played in The Omen. And he plays in the second Scream as Sydney's theater teacher. So that whole scene that you see, in that scene that you see them together where they're talking, and Sydney is kind of terrified about everything that's happening to her, and he's trying to instill you know, the fire and ignite the fire in her. Yes, thumbs up again, thumbs up. Oh my god, I love this movie. Yes, that's thumbs up, thumbs up. It's my camera, it does that, so I deal with it. Hopefully you can too. He's igniting that fire for her to continue on with the production of Cassandra that they're going to be doing. So shout out, to the great David Warner. And if you don't know him very well, you can always go online and look up his movie, the movies that he's played in, the TV shows that he's played in. He's a great actor. So thank you very much, David Warner. God rest your soul. So from there, I would like to say that this movie encountered many problems. Unfortunately, it did. So at the beginning, when they were making or one of the scenes, which is at the beginning of the movie, the scenes where they're going to the movies. So we have Maureen Evans and we have Phil Stevens that are going to the movies to go and watch Stab, which is written by Gail Weathers, based on the Woodsboro murders. They go there and there were a lot of extras. And somehow and in some way, the actual script was leaked out online with the whole story and the killer, which then forced Kevin Williamson to start making major rewrites along with the director, the great Wes Craven. So they were writing at the same time that they were the movie was being produced and being directed. So it was just there was just so much that the actual actors did not know at times, because they would purposefully write out scripts that were going to be done on the same day without the advance notice to the actors, so that it wouldn't get, have the possibility of it being spilled out onto the internet or revealed on the internet. So, and the ending of the movie, the big ending scene, that scene was only written and only privy to the eyes of the actors that were going to be in the ending of the great reveal at the end of the movie. Like, we find out who the killers are. So it was stressful, because, being an actor and not knowing what you're going to be doing that day and not having the opportunity to rehearse your lines and just, okay, here's a script, now do it, But then again, they get paid millions of dollars. But at the same time, what I'm trying to get at is that, it can be stressful and it causes anxiety. But at the end of the day, it is a movie. They still have all the support structure. They have the support system that they need. But it's just like that this was done only on the basis that they didn't want it to be revealed on the internet who the killer was going to be. So that was a really, really good thing for them to have done at the production company, Dimension Films, because they had decided they were going to do it in that way. So, but amazing at the end, the reveal was so great. I loved the ending of the reveal of Scream 2. It was so great. And the actual movie itself started. It was filmed in Atlanta, Georgia, and in Los Angeles. And it takes place in a fictional college, because now Sidney Prescott is in college, called Windsor College. And the movie itself, when it takes place in college, you start to see, the college life and how, college students interact. And what I liked about the movie so much was that you see that development that's occurring, right? So you see her, she goes from high school with her friends. Now she's going into college with her friends. And the other thing that I liked about the movie itself was that there were certain people that you liked really a lot from the first one that did not make it in the second one. That was kind of, you were like, oh damn, I really wanted him to survive, but he doesn't. So you're the person that we're talking about here. I think we know who we're talking about here. We're talking about Randy Meeks. Randy Meeks was the person which was played by Jamie Kennedy. He didn't survive, and I really wish that he did, but he doesn't. So let's move on from that. But he was a great, and we all love Randy Meeks, and we all love Jamie Kennedy. Thank you so much, because he gave a lot to the Scream franchise itself. So again, so as we were talking before, so those were the one of the issues, and one of the other issues was again the rating system. Were they going to give it an R rating, or was it going to be an NC-17 rating? But in this, I did my research on this, and which was really weird or funny is that they with some special provisions which they don't really explain, they allowed the gore and the kill scenes, as violent as they were, to be given the R rating system or the R rating itself. Wink, wink. And yeah, there's nothing wrong with my eye. I'm actually winking. Sometimes it kind of looks like there is, but I'm winking. So Dimension Films greenlit it. They gave it the go ahead. And just like the first Scream, this Scream comes out during Christmas time or during the Christmas season, December 12th, 1997. So it says, hey, look, the first one came out in December of 1996. Let's see if we can, if lightning will strike twice. And it did. This one cost a little bit more. Instead of the 14-15 million like the first one cost, this one cost $24 million to make, and it made $172 million gross at the box office, which in today's standards, for 2024, what we would have is 47 million for it to be the money for it to be produced, and 335 million. Yes, $335 million at the box office, which means that it just blew away. It just ran. It just did great. It again did very well. 1 million short of of the first Scream, but it's $1 million. That's fine. It's fine. It still did great. It's still known and widely regarded as one of the best horror movie sequels of all time. I think it is the best horror movie sequel ever made. That is my opinion. But the movie itself, come on, it's just so great. The characters are so engaging. They're so you get involved, especially with Sydney. She's going through this all over again. It's like, oh God, I have to go through this all over again. Another psychotic mental case who wants to kill me for XYZ reason, and then we don't know who it is. And there's going the back and forths, and everything about the movie, like the scenes inside the library, the special agents that are there, how much more violent and gory and well, more body counts that you have, because it's going along with the actual rules of a sequel. More gore, more guts, more blood. But it was very much engaging, just as interesting as the first. I just love the script. Everything about the movie is excellent. They still have referrals like Nancy Loomis to Dr. Loomis from Halloween. Again, it's just, and another thing that I really loved about this, there's so many great shots and great scenes in this movie, but one of the best, for me, scenes in the movie is when her boyfriend is being when Derek is being has been tied up, and he's only in his boxer shorts, and then he's like tied up, and he's been revealed, and then you have Mickey, and then you have her, and he's like casting all these doubts in his head, is like telling her that yeah, it was him and Derek and Mickey, and then Derek is saying, it's going back and forth. We know the scene. It is so great because you see that confusion, and she's like, oh, it's you, it's you did this to me. And he's like, no, I didn't. It's back and forth. It's just so great. The movie, it's fantastic. Guys, it's such a great movie for all of the reasons that I just mentioned. Again, you have the whodunit, you have the gore, you have a great storyline, the acting is great, the scare scenes are great, and you have that tribulation and the reference that is made between Cassandra in the movie, which is Cassandra is a Greek tragedy, a play that it was written, and it's about Cassandra. Go look it up. It's about a woman who envisions everything, all the madness and all of this horrible stuff that's going to be occurring, and she has no way of stopping it because the fates are fixed on her. That's why when you watch the movie, she's relating. So basically, when you see that part in the movie where she is in the theater and they're doing the rehearsal and she's coming out as Cassandra, it's basically like, she's it's the comparisons between Sidney Prescott and Cassandra, right? Because Sidney Prescott knew that this was going to happen, just like Cassandra could see this happening in her visions. So it's a great comparison and referral from one to the other, and one plays off to the other. It's just so great. It's just such a fantastic movie. Just go out and watch it. And if you haven't watched it, if you have watched it, watch it again. Watch it 3, 4, 5 times. It's just such a great movie. It's a great sequel, and I really, really love this movie because it has everything. Again, even the musical score is great. The cinematography is great. The jump scenes, the scares, the scripts, which were written like on site sometimes. The energy within the actors and the who done it at the end and what was the reason behind it, and then finding out who was the person. It's just 10 out of 10, 5 out of 5, 100 out of 100. Great movie. Just all around great, amazing movie, and I loved it. So I hope you did too. I hope you and for those people who haven't watched it, so for some of you Gen Zers out there that are, if you're watching me, if you have not watched this movie, watch the first one, watch the second one. They are great movies, fantastic and great. Just they kept it simple and straightforward, and that's what I love about this movie as well. Just it's there. We know the plot, we know the story. Great character development, great scares. We don't know who the killer is until the end. The reveal, all that stuff. It's just so great. So go on and watch it. And what did you think of what I had to say? What did you think of my opinionated review about this? Leave a comment down below, like and subscribe and share. Please share. And like and subscribe to the channel. I'm here to entertain. I'm here to give you information and my opinionated views. And that's what I'm here for. Primarily to give you all this information as much as I can and to make it as animated as I possibly can too. And you guys know, as I've said it before, I'm a very, very small little channel on a huge platform. So it doesn't take that much. You just click the like, click the subscribe. You'll be notified whenever I'm on, whenever my episodes come out. So please, again, thank you so much for visiting. And until the next time, enjoy the show.